What's up, everyone?
What is up, YouTube? My Cowboys family, bringing you guys the latest news on the Dallas Cowboys. Guys, we have a lot to talk about going into this weekend, so let's get right into it. If you guys are just joining us here for the first time, we do daily content on the Dallas Cowboys and live stream our reactions to every single Dallas Cowboy game. So come and join us. If you haven't already, hit like on this stream, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates just like this. Let's jump right to the news, guys. So, baby, what is the latest update on some of our injured guys and in practice?
All right, so as everybody knows, Tyron Smith, Sean Lee, these are the big names that we're talking about here. Let's go with this. At the early portion of practice today, Tyron Smith was present and participating in the open portion of the drills with individual drills. So that's a good sign starting the morning. It started off this way, guys. And then when you take into consideration that Sean Lee with his injury, which was his hamstring injury, and you have also Jeff Heath.
He's still in concussion protocol,
right,
guys.
They were both absent from their morning practice. So that was already a good sign. Jerry Jones was on the radio saying that there was a chance, I think you reported on that, baby,
yep,
that Jerry Jones made a statement that, there's
Tyron Smith has not been ruled out, that he, has not been ruled out.
At that point, right.
Yeah.
So when the final practice report came in, though, a lot of things were telling on this. And let's just start off with the good ones, guys. Get them over with first. Cheeto, 6 straight practice in a row, full practice. He's good to go. He's playing. Des Bryant, another full practice.
That knee and ankle injury kind of lingering from Sunday.
Yep, so he's fine. He's good to go. So those two are good. We have 2 limited players, Malik Collins, which with his foot, it's been a consistent issue for 3 weeks, but we know it's going to continue, and it's just the way they're going to balance his health schedule there. That's just going to be
keep him playing. Yeah,
exactly. That's what they're going to do. And then they have, of course, Jeff Swain, guys, who was out last week with his injury. What was it? A knee injury.
I think a knee injury.
Yeah.
As well.
So he was out last week, inactive. He was back at practice, limited on Wednesday, and he was limited the rest of the week. So Thursday today, he's questionable for the game, and so is Malik Collins. But last week, every week, Malik Collins is questionable. He's played. So those guys are all probably good, which means Blake Jarwin, the other tight end, that was inactive most of the time when we just pulled him up from the practice squad. He'll be inactive.
Inactive again.
Yeah, this weekend. So guys, now we have the main guys here, which are Dan Bailey, which is out. We knew that already.
Yeah.
And Sean Lee, officially ruled out as we all expected.
Yeah,
and
guys.
We knew it.
Word from the Cowboys is that he's going to be out for the next 3 games. So that's this Eagles game, the Chargers game, and then the Redskins.
Not good, guys. That's going to be a problem in itself. We're going to talk about that a lot more in the discussion stream.
Yep, so make sure to join us right after this stream to go ahead and talk about everything we just talked about here and really dig deep into your comments and the Cowboys.
Right. So you also have Jeff Heath, guys, who also was with Sean Lee, absent from practice. He also did not practice, but he was listed as questionable, not out.
Yeah.
So there's still a chance he plays. I don't know what his deal is as far as the concussion protocol is concerned, but I don't see him playing, which is going to open the door for 2 other guys. One of them, Awuzie, and the other one is Xavier Woods, guys. We'll talk about that as well. But the other guy, the big name we're all waiting for, is Tyron Smith, our left tackle, guys.
So like I reported this morning, he did do individual drills, and he was participating in some of the open portion of the practice.
Right, those are the morning practices, guys, that are open to the media. So that was good to go. Then in the late practice, nobody really knows because it's closed off from the media, but the Cowboys listed him as did not practice, which is not a good sign for him to play.
Yeah.
The reason that is because that means they had the second practice. They whatever they were doing in the morning practice, they continued, I guess, either to try or saw that it was not going to work. So that means that they kind of said, instead of putting him as limited, they really weren't able to work him into the later practices, which is not a good sign. I would say he's not going to play. But there is still, like I said,
since he hasn't been completely ruled out, there is still a small chance that he could technically play.
Yeah, he's technically a game time decision. As of right now, I don't think he's going to play just because of the way they listed him on the injury report. That's why I said to hold off on everything until this. I know my fiance reported earlier that I said that if he practices, he plays. That's not what I said.
Yeah, sorry, I misspoke. It's that when he said that 90% of the time, if he's been questionable, he plays.
Right, and he wasn't listed as questionable.
He was listed as limited, which is
no. He was listed as did not practice.
That's
That's almost a telling sign that he will not play. So he was he was limited. Did not practice today. It was no. If they had listed him as limited, I think you would have seen him. He's listed as questionable to play, but he's more on this right now. Because he's listed as on the not side of playing because they listed him as did not practice. That's how little these things can go. But if they had listed him as questionable. I'm not questionable. If they listed him as limited at practice, then you would have seen the questionable mark would have been more on the higher end of probability that he might play.
Yeah.
So that's the way I'm looking at it, guys. And I really hope that we don't have to rely on the backups. But let's go on to that. The backups right now, even though Jerry Jones this morning did say that he did not know or was going to announce who would play for Tyron Smith if he wasn't there.
Yeah, he did not announce that Byron Bell or Chaz Green would be the starter.
Right, but the fact that Byron Bell has so many more snaps this week with the starting team
is already telling enough in itself, guys.
Big time, guys. So you're going to probably see more Byron Bell this week. And Chaz Green could be ready to go. We'll see what happens. We don't know what the practices were like by the coaches, what they assumed how things went. So we can just guess on that. As far as what really happened, I mean, they're probably looking at Byron Bell to start at left tackle if Tyron Smith cannot play, and they're not going to really help that much on that side. So good luck, Dak, when it comes to everything on that side. That's the biggest worry for me is Tyron Smith on that side. When you turn it around, look at Sean Lee. We're going to have probably a lot of Damian Wilson guys playing in the middle linebacker position when you're going to move off not James, but you have to move Anthony Hitchens from the middle to where Sean Lee played on the weak side, and then you have to put somebody at the middle to replace Hitchens, who was just moved. And they're saying right now Durant is going to get some time in there.
Damian Wilson
might get some nickel packages. You're going to see some Damian Wilson. You're going to see some Jalen Smith, especially on blitz packages, and you're going to see some Justin Lillard. So I think you're going to see these guys, maybe even a little of Kyle Wilbur in there for a play or two. We don't never know. But we have these guys. We're going to probably rotate them around. But it looks like Durant's getting the start. And it looks like Damian Wilson's getting the nickel middle linebacker position, and the nickel formation.
Jerry Jones actually today on 105.3 The Fam actually was hesitant and did not want to say. He actually said that Durant and Smith were both going to play and that there was no starters. So that was his comment.
Right, and that's what
we all know.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, though. It doesn't even matter if Durant starts.
Yeah.
Because it's still going to be a rotational situation. So Durant might start, and Jalen Smith's going to come in on third down, and then you're going to maybe not see Durant again for maybe into the next quarter because you might have March Lillard or you might have Damian Wilson playing a lot with Hitchens in a two linebacker set in a nickel coverage scheme. So and the Cowboys usually play something like that with three corners, and they take away a linebacker. So instead of taking Damian Wilson out as they usually do, maybe they'll take out whoever's that middle linebacker, whether it's Durant, Jalen Smith, whoever it is, that person will come out. So they'll get a lot less snaps, and the less snaps also mean they're going to split it up between two or three guys. So it's going to be by committee at linebacker. That's why this doesn't really matter who starts, but I think Durant's going to start off there. And like the running back situation, it doesn't really matter who starts. It's really who's the hot hand and what's the best down and distance situational kind of football for the running back, but also for the linebacker. And one last thing, guys, as far as the safety is concerned, Jeff Heath, the importance of that is that opens the door for two guys. Xavier Woods, who Rod Marinelli said that will probably get the start over everybody else right now if Heath misses the game. I predict he will miss it. So we might see a lot of the X factor, Xavier Woods out there, which I'm looking forward to that. He's been playing great as far as a rookie is concerned, and I think he'll continue to do well. And also with
Awuzie, guys, he will kind of be taking over Byron Jones' role in a way, back there, strong safety, right?
No. The thing was that you're gonna see him rotating in with Xavier Woods.
Okay.
So I think you're gonna see Xavier Woods playing, and you might see, again, when Byron Jones does move up. And he will move up to play like a slot corner like he did against the Falcons or against other teams' tight ends when he's come up and played man-to-man tight end cornerback coverage. So, I mean, tight end coverage, but as a cornerback. And then somebody else would play safety or they'd have one safety. But, it's going to be either just Xavier Woods or just Awuzie or Xavier Woods and Awuzie. So it's going to be something like that. But you'll have Byron Jones and Xavier Woods probably be the starters again. We have to always say that in Marinelli's defense because a lot of rotation going on. So you're going to see that, and just look forward to these two rookies, along with Jordan Lewis, guys. These are three rookies in our defensive backfield. You're looking at in a nickel situation, you'll probably see all three of these guys. In a dime for sure. So you're going to see a lot of our young guns out there on defense. Let's see how they are aggressive and can maybe give some problems to the Eagles. Who, by the way, Alshon Jeffrey. He's listed on the injury report. He was
questionable.
Yeah, he was not there on Wednesday at all. He was good to go, and on Thursday, I don't know if he got hurt at practice or something happened, but he was limited. And then today he was full at practice, but he's still listed as questionable for the game. He'll probably play.
So, Eagle fans, make sure to join us in our discussion stream. We
Yes.
want to hear from you tonight. We want to hear all your thoughts, all your secrets.
Yeah, we want to know where you guys are your strongest. And I know you guys are great on defensive stats. I think top 5 in almost everything.
Yeah.
On offense, you guys are really good in the running game, but your passing game hasn't really been needed. So maybe that's the reason. We'll discuss this in the stream that's coming up later, where we all get to chat about what's going on in the Cowboy news, the Cowboy world, the injuries, and all these things. But also about the upcoming big game, divisional rivalry battle against on Sunday Night Football against those hated Philadelphia Eagles. So as you saw in our little thumbnail, you know, Rome was going to do his thing against oh my goodness. There you go. You got me. We altered it to make it look like Dak, just to put it that way. But yes, I said Romo. How could I, guys? Got a flashback. Dak Prescott's going to do his thing when needed against the Eagles. And I do think that, you know, we're going to see the run game have to be, you know, really utilized and kind of control the clock, control the game, and scoring more touchdowns than field goals for us to have a chance to win this game against the Eagles.
Yeah, will this be the game McFadden finally gets his chance to get the ball again?
I hope so.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. If you haven't already hit like on this stream, make sure to do so. It does help on our channel. Hit subscribe if you haven't already, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any updates.
That's right.
And guys, we'll see you in our discussion stream. Yeah, we're
going to see you guys in that discussion stream.
That's right.
And especially I want to hear the Eagle fans, the Philly 500, and that whole crew, you know, Sixers JT,
right.
Green Gamer.
Eagle fan 767, all you
Join us, guys.
Come on out.
Joseph Sierrani.
Yep, so join us, guys. Can't wait to hear from you. But number one, as always,
guys, go Cowboys!
See you next time.
Yeah, guys, we'll see you shortly. It's going to be a quick turnaround, so join us in about a half an hour for the discussion live stream. Peace out. Go Cowboys.